I want to start off this practice basically saying, here we go. You know, we're getting bombarded constantly and inundated with negative news. And Allison and I wanted to make a video yesterday for our Waking Soul Truth, and we wanted it to be coming out around Christmas, and we wanted to focus on positive things, positive changes that have occurred and that we're witnessing and hearing about. And it's hilarious. She was like, let's, find out, start brainstorming about some good news, And so when I was brainstorming, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go. Like, I had already brainstormed like what was coming to my head naturally. But then I thought I would get on YouTube because I have a subscription to BBC. I like BBC News. And I was like, let me just go to BBC News and just find a good story. There wasn't any, you guys. And so I basically want to start off this practice with some good news. And then we'll get flowing. There's a trend now in the healthcare system where healthcare providers are leaving the mainstream healthcare system. They are realizing they want more time with their patients. They actually want to go to the root cause of the problem instead of just handing over a prescription. And they're tired of dealing with insurance and insurance claims. And we actually have students here that have branched out and are now into functional medicine, integrated medicine. And it's becoming more and more of a trend. And this is even happening in England. Except what is happening in England is they are creating hubs or centers for healing that are acupuncture, Reiki, anything kind of hands-on and more energetic. And people are flooding to this as alternative medicine. So I find that being really good news because people are now taking control of their own health. People are waking up and realizing they're no longer going to work harder or longer hours in the corporate world. There's lots of reports coming out, and I've talked to a lot of students who are sharing that they're either morphing into something else or trying to figure it out, trying to budget everything, pay off debt, and figure out how they can lessen their costs and expenses so that it can be happier, so they can have more space in their lives. And a lot of employees are now saying no to working from, taking the work home with them because they're not getting paid for that. People are actually taking their vacations now. Prior pandemic, half of corporate America didn't even take their vacation time. They just kept working for the money. So I feel like this is fantastic because people are starting to realize they need a work-life balance. People are waking up to realize their worth. People are actually striking or protesting or taking action for raises, especially during a time of inflation. I think that's wonderful because people are realizing they have value. And then I put on here as a joke. Hope you're not down with that. Bama got bumped this year for football. They're no longer at the top. That was just a little joke. You'll understand that the longer you live here. But I know we got all this information coming at us, and some of it we don't know how to decipher or discern what is true, what is not. But the fact that there are whistleblowers, the fact that there is information coming out and documents coming out for us to at least see what is happening behind the scenes, it's up to us personally to discern what we want to align with. And I think that's fantastic because that hasn't happened before, even with UFO sightings, right? The government finally let it out, they didn't let it all out, but they let a few videos out to say, yeah, this is happening, and we don't know what it is. But at least they're admitting to it. That's honesty, that's transparency. That's a positive thing. The hole in the ozone layer closed during 2020. Now, I haven't researched to see if it's starting to reopen, but the fact that we were so concerned about the hole in the ozone, in just a few months of the whole world being shut down, boom, healed it. Just this past week, France decided they are no longer going to do short haul flights in their country. They're the first country to do this. The most fuel that goes into polluting the air is on takeoff and landing with the airplanes. They decided because of this, because they have such a great public transportation system, anything over 2 hours is going to be deleted from the flight so that they can go by rail or by bus or by car, so there's less pollution. That's a positive. The oceans are getting cleaned up. There are many activists who are now I don't know if you realize this, but the US used to send all the plastic waste to China. China dumps it into the ocean. I saw this firsthand when I did a yoga retreat in Bali a couple years ago. The trash, the plastic just washes up the shore. It was horrifying. But the good news is there are so many activists cleaning it up. We are no longer sending our plastic as of 2019 to China. So we're finding other solutions, and they are starting to create preserves. Just like we have land preserves and national parks with the land, they're now doing this with the oceans. That's positive news. So basically, I wanted to start this practice off just with some good news because I just feel like we need it. And then we'll start to move. We'll go ahead and sit tall, aligning the vertebrae, and reaching the crown up towards the heavens. And also sense the sits bones rooting down to the earth below. Feel supported from both the heavens and the earth. And do this by empowering yourself by utilizing strong, deep, yogic breath. This is just one of the elements here to sustain our life. We've been told breath is a gift from the divine. Remember, as we work through the practice today, be fluid in the flow, remembering we're made up about 70% water. And as we continue to start to move, feel the heat that you build within our internal fire. Celebrate the fact that you're connected to these elements, that these elements are part of us. A few more deep breaths. Noticing how the breath can drop you down into your heart, making a deeper connection to your higher self. Notice how it brings a sense of calmness to the mind. Take 3 more deep breaths. When you're ready, gently begin to turn the eyelids up. And we'll come away from any prop that you may have been sitting on. Scoot it off to the side, and we're going to get up to stand. This is a blissful version of the Ashtanga flow. It will be more of a mix. We start off with sun salutation. So stand at the top of your mat, bring your hands to prayer position at your heart, and really root down through the 4 corners of the feet and feel the muscles ignite through the legs. Zip up through the midriff, and then inhale, circle the arms overhead. And as you exhale, begin to pour over the legs to your Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up to Ardha Uttanasana, extend the spine. And as you exhale, step it down the length of the mat, rock forward, lower down to chaturanga, a low push-up. Inhale, lift to upward facing dog. And as you exhale, curl the toes and roll back to downward facing dog. Position your hands down, spreading out the fingers, keeping the hands shoulder distance apart. That's the primary foundation of this pose, but the feet can also be utilized. So press through the balls of the feet. Allow your sits bones to reach up to be the pinnacle of the pose. On your next inhale, you can meditationally walk, lunge, or float the feet together to the top of the mat to Ardha Uttanasana. And as you exhale, drape down. Inhale, spring all the way up. And then exhale to Samastitihi, hands returning to prayer. All right, second round. Inhale, circle the arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from your hips and bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen out. Look out with your eyes even. And then exhale to Chaturanga Dandasana. Once you start warming up, you may want to skip plank and just bounce back, but that's yogi's choice. Finish the Vinyasa, holding your downward facing dog, and then being mindful and in control of your breath. If you can, ignite the Ujjayi Pranayama, where you're constricting the backside of your throat, allowing it to become audible to listen to. This can be your meditative practice. Inhale, let's bring the feet to the top of the mat. Lift halfway up when you do. And then exhale, let go. Inhale, root to soar up, gathering what you need. And then exhale, bring it home and down to your heart. Good. Inhale, expand over. Exhale, fold into self. Inhale, shine your heart forward. And exhale, build some upper body strength as you drop to hover. Inhale, pull the heart through and up, maybe even lift your eyes up. And exhale, rock and roll back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Press back out of your hands. Lengthen through your side waist. Create as much space in the spine as possible. And charge into the legs. The thighs rolling in and powering back. Heels hidden from view. Beautiful. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana at the top of the mat. And then exhale, release. Inhale to the top. Exhale, Samastitihi. All right, we're doing one more A today. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, bring some flexibility to the spine. Exhale, use your core to roll back, to transition to this inversion. Neutralize your neck. Gaze to that space in between the feet. Breathe. Inhaling to Ardha Uttanasana, however you want to arrive. And then exhale, lower the head and heart. Inhale, think about all the good news that's really out there. And then bring that joy down into your heart. B, inhale, lift the arms, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, tip forward over straight legs.
Inhale, give yourself a little pick-me-up. And then exhale, chaturanga dandasana. You can step through plank first. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps through. Back heel lowers. Coming up with your arms, warrior one. Keep the front thigh rolling open, the back thigh rolling around, so you're squaring the hips. Shoot up through your side traps, good. Exhale, release. Step it back, lower down, build it up, roll it back. Inhale, left foot step through, and you can always lift your left leg if you want to create that expression, warrior one. Grounding the feet, lifting through the fingertips, and fold. You can always advance it to flying plank, flying chaturanga with that foot still floating in the air if you want to advance it. Now be here and breathe here. Inhale to the top of the mat. Exhale, release. Inhale, knees bent, arms lift. Exhale, Samasthiti. Keep it rolling. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, over straight legs. Inhale, little pick me up. Exhale, chaturanga. However you want to get there. Then into the back bend. Out to the forward fold. Right foot steps through. Please don't feel rushed. Take your time. Proper execution. Mindfulness as we flow. And hands down. Good. Step it back. Continue. And then left foot next. Warrior one. Same sequence. So notice when we're going through these movements, how a lot of this stems from the core. Opening the core, using the core to roll back or to step forward. This third down dog in the mix, we hold and meditate on the breath to infuse ourselves with prana, the life force energy. Feet land at the top of the mat. Open the heart. Exhale, bow out. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, one more B today. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look out. Exhale, chaturanga. In and out. Then warrior with the right foot. Good, fold. Step it back. Notice the heat you're building in your body, that inner abdomen. Continue with the left foot. And also notice the fluidity, how your body gets less stiff. Last vinyasa for this sun salve. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Fixate your eyes on one place. That one pointed focus leads to deeper concentration. The deeper concentration can put you in a meditative state. And that is yoga. Inhale, feet land at the top. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, hop the feet apart. You don't have to turn. We're gonna fold. I just wanted to face you. Link the first 2 fingers around each big toe. Fan the arms away from the shins and bow down. As you bow down, make sure you're still applying the pressure down to the soles of the feet. That you're lifting through the knee pads, activating the quadriceps, which will support the stretch of the hamstrings. On your next inhale, lift out of Padangusthasana and take the mudra away from the big toe, stack the hands underneath the feet and release back down. A great counter pose for the wrist and the weight bearing we've been doing. Make sure the toes come all the way to the crease of the wrist and that you're not shying away from standing on your hands. You're not going to hurt them. Focus and emphasize the next out breath. See if you can descend or magnetize the heart slightly lower. And then release the hands, stack them to your waist, slowly come up and hop the feet together. Now, I'm going to be stepping to the right. It's typically what we do in Ashtanga. If you know the sequence and don't need to see me, that's fine. If you need to see me, you can turn to the left. Okay, but you're going to widen your stance, separating the feet, turn your right foot out, float the arms up, lean out over, and take triangle pose. When you take triangle pose, roll the right shoulder back away from them, shooting forward over your thigh, back towards yourself. Fan and energize the top hand and fingers. Stay committed to the shape. And now inhale, lift out of that shape. Turn your right foot in, the left foot out, and then windmill down, triangle to the second side. You're welcome to stack the hand on a block, your leg, or you can even have the hand resting in front of the shin, which will make you ignite the core a little bit more. Good, inhale, draw up with your top hand. Now relax your arms a moment. Left foot turns in, right foot rotates towards the short edge of the mat. Offset your left foot, square the hips first. Elevate your left arm next, and when you're ready, you're going into revolving triangle. So you're twisting towards the right leg, taking the right hand overhead if it's not troubling for the shoulder. Try to open up space between your belly and chest so that you're not collapsing where the diaphragm muscle is. Exhale, lower your right hand. Inhale, lift up. All right, we're going to turn the feet and take that pose the opposite direction. Left foot turns towards the short edge of the mat. Right foot rotates in, hips square. Right arm elevates up alongside the face. Exhale, start to rotate to your left as you land the hand to a block to your body. Whatever applies, maybe even the floor. Left arm reaching sky. Maybe gazing up towards the hand, hasta drishti. If that's troubling for the neck, you can turn the chin to be in line with your chest. Good, exhale, lower the left hand. Inhale, lift the hands up. Good, now we need to reset the feet. So reset the feet where they're wide again, parallel, and lengthen your arms out shoulder height to make sure the ankles line up under the wrist. If they do, turn your right foot, lunge that knee, stack onto the thigh bone. Left arm's gonna reach up, pinky's gonna turn down, and then you're gonna radiate it across the side of the ear. You got it. Now, we're obviously gonna have more weight in the right foot, but see if you can apply more weight in your back leg and foot. It'll require a little extra exertion on your part, but make sure that extra exertion doesn't prohibit your breath. Good, from side angle, inhale, draw up. Turn the right foot in, rotate the left foot out, lift the arms. Exhale, lunge the left knee, stack onto the thigh bone. Right arm sails up and across the ear. Rinse out that shoulder. Roll open through your chest. Way down your back foot. And breathe well. Good, inhale, draw up. Exhale, relax the arm, turn the left foot in, right foot out. Now I'm gonna spin off my left heel. We're going into a revolving formula of Parsvottanasana. Hands to heart, elbow to the outside of the left knee. And if you want another expression, feel free to take it. Yogi's choice. Good, exhale, unwind, plant the back foot, safely come up. And you're just gonna turn, pivot the feet and take it to the opposite side. Dial your heart up towards your thumbs. Keep the palms glued together. This is the expression you're taking. Beautiful, unwind that position and keep your hands on the floor. Walk them down alongside the mat. Turn the feet to be facing the same direction. And let's go ahead and bow over and down to Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide stance, forward fold. Gaining the benefits of being inverted. Bringing that blood flow down towards the crown. And then stack the hands to your waist. Inhale, pressurize the feet and slowly rise up. All right, from here, shoulders are gonna roll back. Elbows are gonna flare back. The heart center is more open and we release down. This is the B version. And the elbows are still lifting up towards the heavens, even as you lower the head towards the floor. Slow, deep, rhythmic breathing. Inhale, slowly rock it up. Good, when you're ready. Your foot that's closest to the front of the room, you're gonna spin and step forward. All right, once you do that, the left foot's gonna step back. You're still facing the short edge of the mat in front. You can crisscross the arms if that's better for you, or you can wiggle the fingertips up for reverse prayer hands. Either way, open the heart, lean back. And then when you're ready, fold over the front leg. Pyramid pose. You're slightly turning your navel towards the right thigh. Traditionally, we gaze towards the foot, Padyogram Drishti. But if you need to bow your head more, do so. Inhale, slowly come up. Release your hands, step it forward, and immediately step back with your right foot. If you cross your arms before, cross the opposite way. And then if you want to go back to reverse prayer hands, that's an option too. All right, shoulders roll back, lean back slightly. And then exhale, slow dive down. So notice how things are draining towards the third eye. The third eye is our place of perception that gives us perspective, that allows us to tap into the sixth sense of our intuition. This is where we often say cleanse the lens. And I hope hearing some good news this morning helped to cleanse your lens, that there's positive things, good deeds still happening in the world. Inhale, slowly come up. Exhale, release your hands, and then step to the front of the mat. All right, we're gonna stack and stand on the left leg. I'm not gonna mirror you, by the way, okay? So put that landing line down from your left leg into the sole of the foot and stack that hand on your waist. Again, I'm not mirroring you, but if you mirror me, that's okay. Your right knee can be caught with your hand to modify, or you can take that peace mudra around the big toe and stretch out the leg, Padangusthasana A. Open to B. Shift it back to A, and we're just gonna do D. We're skipping C today. Try not to tuck the towel. All right. Landing line, unraveling from the hip down to the sole of the foot. When you're ready, catch your left knee, flex the ankle. If you need to modify, if you want to amp it up, feel free to stretch it out. Let's see. Forward to A. Release to D. Ooh, I'll get a cramp on quad. Get a cramp, just bend your knee. Sometimes I can come with dehydration. Sometimes I can come with too much calcium or not enough potassium. I got all the above. All right, that's really wise. Or weak quads. I doubt yours are weak though. You don't seem like you have weak quads. All right, standing back at the top of the mat. Hands to prayer. And then we're going to inhale. You can take Utkatasana chair, or you can take this variation. Hold for 5 breaths. Exhale, forward fold. In, halfway up. Out in Chaturanga Dandasana. Into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Out to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Holding your downward facing dog. Just a few more breaths. Reaping the reward of being upside down. When you're ready, look forward towards your hands, bend the knees. Crisscross the ankles and sit. And straighten out your legs. All right, from here, flex those ankles. Lift the arms overhead. Exhale, Paschimottanasana. So there's different hand holds for the feet, and it's okay if you can't find feet. One hand hold is to take the hands to the outside. Another hand hold is the peace mudra. Another variation is lacing the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands fan out behind your back, lean into them. I like sliding my feet into reverse table, but you can do reverse plank. Either one, tuck and lift. Look up towards the ceiling. Maybe find one of those stacks or a section of those stacks, or maybe just one of the rectangles to gaze at. Good, exhale, bring the sits bones back down. Straighten your left leg out. Now notice we're still on the back side of the sit bone, so lean forward, maybe bump up. Slide your right foot closer. Ray of light or Marichiasana, take your right arm to the inside, spin, spin, turn, turn the arm, and rapid other arm there. And if you bring that foot over a little bit, away from your thigh, then bring the arm to the inside, it'll give you more room. Yeah, that's it. And then left arm swings behind the back. Hands can clasp or not. And then we hinge and fold. Inhale, release your bind. And we're going to take the right hand to the top of the ankle and see if it's possible to bring it back alongside the hip. If you need to put a blanket or a block underneath the left side of your seat, that's okay. We're going to take the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. So Renee, see when you're sitting how lopsided you feel? Take that blanket, fold it in half, and place it up underneath just your left buttocks.
This side.
Yeah. And then try to re-bend your right knee. Is that
Okay.
helpful? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That way you don't feel so crooked in it. Beautiful. Inhale, let's come up. All right, we're going to bring that foot now around. And because it's Jani Shasana, ideally we want the heel like close to the pubic bone. However, that's a lot of flexion for the knee. So if you need to loosen that up a little bit and give some space, you can slide it down. All right, inhale, arms fly up. Exhale, forward fold. Now when you're folding forward, notice, because my belly falls to the inside of the thigh. Yours probably does too. So if you pull it in and wrap and kind of twist it towards the left thigh, it'll give you a little extra core work in the mix. And it'll level out your shoulders. All right, inhale. Stretch your arms forward and bring them all the way up. Exhale, release the arms. Slide your left foot back. But then tuck your right foot behind that left ankle. You got it. Okay. Take the left arm now to the inside of that left knee. This is one of those pretzel poses. Rotate the hand around and around and around to bind the arm. And then the right arm swims behind the back, very similar to ray of light. And drape down. And turn your focus back to your breath as you hug the left knee closer. Inhale, come up, keep your arms bound, and then gaze across that back shoulder. Good, release your hands. And bind the arms. Crisscross the ankles, push into the feet to set your hands down. Step back plank, rock forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, rock and roll back to downward facing. Good, be here. Let's all take a cleansing breath. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out through the mouth. When you're ready, bounce the feet forward, crisscrossing the ankles, sitting back down to the earth. And then stretching out through the legs. All right, we'll go ahead and bend the left knee this time. Little separation between the two to give you space to launch the left arm forward to the inside. And then twist that arm, bind around the shin, right arm behind the back. Vinyasa. Inhale, release your arms, come up. Your left hand can catch the front of the ankle, and then you can bring the top of the foot beside your hip. Yeah, and if you need to create some equanimity, you can use a blanket to support. Arms reach up. Exhale, fold down. Make sure the toes are turned up instead of the foot rotating to the side. And spread the toes. Nice, inhale, stretch your arms forward and up. Exhale, let the hands go around. Release that left foot. Bring it towards Janu Shirshasana. Lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. And then spinning that navel towards the top of the thigh. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, hands fan out. Slide your right foot in, tuck that left foot behind. We're just gonna do the modified version today. Right arm reaches to the inside and left arm swims behind the back. And dip the head down. Ease that right knee closer. Inhale, slowly start to uplift and rotate left. Good, release the bind. Lift the knees, push into the feet, stack onto the hands. Step into your plank, rock forward, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Okay, so we let the arm balances out last week, so we're gonna implement them this week. If you look forward towards your hands, you can step or hop the feet wide behind your wrist. Okay, and then go ahead and bend your knees, hunker down a little bit, and then the hands are gonna slide back where the fingertips are more in line with the inner heels. Your knees are gonna squeeze your upper arms as you lift your head. Maybe this is all you can do, but you might be able to float and flex the feet for Bhujapindasana. I know it's hard. It takes a while to get this. And then Titabasana, we stretch the legs out. Oops, legs still squeezing the arms. I'm not perfect with this at all. And then as you exhale, bring the feet down, seat down. You're close to the floor, so it's not a hard landing typically. Your hands reach under the bent knees. They slide through. Now, the first variation of Pramasana tortoise is like this. A second version is sliding the heels out and forward folding. And then another phase is what Cindy does with the feet together. But the final phase, which I can't demo, but I can get close. The hands go behind the back, and then your feet come over the back of your neck. Now, obviously, with your hands behind you, you have to have serious control over your body. But Cindy has told me the only time she's ever seen it, personally, the only time I've ever seen it is when a teacher assists a student to do it. And I'm not trained to do that, and I don't feel good about doing that. But it's actually a cool pose to see, if you want to look it up later. So it's like we're a tortoise going into our shell.
A great way to practice pratyahara. Withdrawing from the world, withdrawing from our senses.
All right, let's slowly exit out of the one you chose. Now we go to Baddha Konasana. We're gonna bring the feet together and closer to us. And we're gonna hinge down and get some work in the inner thighs and hips. Inhale, slowly come up. Separate your feet, slide them out. I like to take my hands behind the back and slide forward because it creates a little bit more width. You may or may not want that. Just check in. Look at how your feet are wanting to roll in or out or point. See if you can flex them, be on the center of your heels, knees facing the ceiling, and fold. You can have your hands in the middle. You can have your hands resting on your legs, tippy toes. Or Renee just flattens all the way down.
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to stretch.
So you might, do you have like hyper mobility?
Yes, and I, a lot of stuff to tell me to do, and I feel nothing, I feel nothing. So it's
Well,
really
this
hard.
isn't, okay, so think about this.
This
Okay.
I mean.
So back up to here, just for a moment, because you've got your feet flexed, right? And then do a little contraction with your quads.
Then my feet go up.
Oh, wow.
I'm yeah,
That's amazing. I was just testing your strength there.
yeah,
Because sometimes with hypermobility, the lack of strength,
yeah,
you've got the strength.
I've got to be careful, like the downward dog, because my knees will hyperextend. Yeah.
Right.
And it's really hard for me to hold positions other people hold because they have resistance in their body resisting and making them stand there.
Yeah.
I just keep sliding. It's really hard.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I know.
It's just, I just felt that way. This is not like work. I didn't work.
Don't be jealous of, oh my gosh, you've been doing it for years. No,
It's just
I was
natural.
born.
It's really interesting. There are natural, we all have natural.
So many different.
Yeah.
That's why I
This is
know
just-
in any class when they talk about things, and when I hear teachers be like, well, this is the only way, I'm like, no.
No, there's not an
Everybody's
right.
body.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, this actually feels really good. When I do this, like,
That is not gonna feel good for me.
oh, feels so good. It's like
All
a
right.
true stretch.
All right, let's feel that. And let's bend the knees in. And let's lace the fingers around the big toe. And we'll fly the feet up. Okay, something that, I'm taking this down, because we're gonna roll back. So if you need to release the hair, if it's on top of the head, it's not gonna matter. Back of the neck, problem. Not problem, annoying. All right, from Upavista Konasana, we're gonna try to roll back. Right, stand Salasana.
You just keep rolling.
And then we're gonna try to roll forward and catch ourselves in that balancing pose that we just did. Take some core work. It's okay, you can't quite get it. I know, yeah, it's not easy. It's really kind of finding the right momentum that you need and the right engagement.
I have
It's a
to
combination.
To bend my legs a little.
Yeah, that's all right.
Up
Yeah,
to get it.
all right. Then you go. All right, we're gonna roll down to the back. Bring the arms to the side. Push down through the feet and tuck and lift. Let your thighs roll towards each other. Now, if you're not pressing through your arms, you're doing a different pose, Dvi Padam Pitam, it's two-legged table. So we're gonna
First, roll one shoulder under the body. And then tip the weight to that side and roll the other shoulder under. And then press through the arms to help to elevate the hips a little higher and to elevate the chest towards the chin. Keep your head perfectly still and stable. But see if you can gaze towards your belly. Is it bellowing as you breathe? Is it rising on the inhale? Dropping on the exhale? If you want to lift to wheel your upward bow, you're welcome to flip the hands over the shoulders, to press through the hands, and to charge up. I'm not feeling it today personally, but you might be. I want to give you that option. Listen to your body. So if you rise up to wheel, try to hold it for like, I don't know, 3 to 5 breaths. And when you're ready, bring the back of the head to the floor, slowly bring the shoulders to the floor, those in bridge, slowly roll down 1 vertebra at a time. And then go ahead and tuck your knees in. Wrap your arms lovingly around, Apanasana, wind release pose. Roll to one side of your body. Go ahead and come on up. So, King of Asanas or headstand. So Cindy always goes to the wall. You can always go to the wall if you're not confident in holding it for yourself. If you have neck issues or if you're not familiar with this pose, please know that the yoga lift is here. And this apparatus is an awesome and safe way to do headstands. Making sure the pins are in. Holding the handlebars, securing the shoulders, and then you can curl up or kick up. And see, there's no pressure on the head. There's no compression in the neck. You're still getting completely inverted. So the benefits are there if you want it to be more restorative. If you want to join me solo on that, let's set up.
And press in here, like that's your.
Okay, so that's
That's the
support.
stability, yeah.
But your elbows are too wide.
My elbows.
That's why I didn't want you to go in yet. Yes.
That,
Extend your hand, that's much better.
okay.
Head down. Now push here. You're not engaging here. Yes, engage there like cat stretch. Engage more here. Wait. No, you're not ready.
I'm not ready, okay.
No,
Engage
you're not
me where?
engaged correctly.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
I feel like you're too pushing into the floor.
Okay, come down. Yeah, just come down. Because I want you to see what I'm doing. So at first your arms are like that. See how far the elbows are wide. And then you stretch them in, which was perfect. Okay. When you brought your head down, do you see I'm not engaged between my shoulder blades?
What do you mean engaged?
Here, you see the
okay,
engagement?
yeah.
You want that engagement even with the head down. It's not going to be as fully engaged, but you were completely soft.
Oh,
So you weren't ready.
Okay.
So the arms push into the floor. This gets engaged and puffed. There you go. Now, don't just hop up, walk the feet in, knees bent.
Okay, I'm just gonna be your block. I'm gonna be your wall. Okay, go ahead. Walk the feet in. Yep.
Oh, God,
You need to come down.
hang on.
Push through your arms. Point through your toes. And then let's come on down. There you go. So I want you to work in a wall the next time. And then what you can do as like a warm up at home is like, I call these like little push-ups, where you're just lifting, feeling the engagement, and then lowering. Just so that you can feel what's the exaggeration, what's the complete release, and then get the in-between. Okay. Find the middle way. And then the next thing, here's why. I'll give you a visual of why. Because the neck is a tiny portion of the body, and we want to protect the cervical neck. So this is what I mean by, if you're at the wall,
Well, yeah, I learned how to do handstands against the wall, so it's the same principle.
so if you're at the wall, do you see, I'm not
Yeah.
getting on my head.
Yeah.
Now I can't do this, well, maybe I can, whoop, I can, away from the wall. So you can technically you could do it without even putting your head to the floor. But you just don't want all that compression, because all that compression can hurt the neck and it can collapse the chest. The first time I did a headstand in yoga practice, when I first started, I was 26. And I had done headstands when I was a little kid. But I hadn't done it in a long time. And I went to a class, we had to hold it for 25 breaths. And they didn't know our level of experience. I had had no conversation with anybody. And I'm holding it and forcing it and forcing it and forcing it. I come down to child's pose. My chest was burning. It hurt so much because I was just getting nothing but compression. And it took me a while to be able to open my chest and breathe again.
But you don't have, since you're a former gymnast, so I did gymnastics as a kid.
Yeah.
So going upside down, is it scary?
No.
That's what's scary for a lot of
Oh,
people.
really?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
So your ability to do that, if you just focus on like that, the refining,
Mhm.
then because it's the upside down that's
Really?
terrifying for people.
Yeah,
for
oh,
sure.
yeah.
If you become 40 years old, you never kicked upside down. I mean, that's,
Oh, that's
you know,
true, I
like
guess some people
that's,
never can.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite thing in the world still to this day, if I see monkey bars, I will hang upside down.
Yeah.
It's fun, 'cause it's-
See, you're
so that part, yeah. Okay, that part.
Yeah. You're gonna get it like that. All you have to do is just practice. I think one practice at home for like 15 minutes, you're gonna get it.
Okay.
Especially because there's no fear in you and you're already familiar with it. All right,
Let's hold down for Shavasana.
so feel in your body as you lie there, as you fan the feet out and the arms out. Feel in your body to see if there's anything that needs additional support. For instance, if you've had a break from your practice, Ashtanga can be, a lot. Even though we didn't do a traditional Ashtanga flow, we still got a lot of those principles in. If your back is a little uncomfortable, maybe bending the knees or sliding a bolster below. Come on in, you can sit. No. Lily just came in for the next class, so just be aware. And let's just relax the body. Relaxing the toes, arches, and ankles of the feet. Bringing that relaxation up into your calves, knees, and thighs. Let your hips and buttocks soften. Relax the belly, chest, and back. Soften the shoulders, down to the arms and fingertips. All the muscles of your face. the remainder of Shavasana. Just bear witness to your breath. How it creates this rolling sensation up and down the front side of the body. Count 3 more breaths. As you take those final 3 breaths deep in the the fuller, deeper breath awakens the mind. Then start to awaken the extremities, maybe pointing and flexing the feet, wiggling the fingertips. And then if you want to inhale, stretch your arms overhead, and exhale, tuck the knees back in. You can cradle here, sway from side to side. Sometimes it's nice just to circle the knees. When you're ready, roll to one side and come up. Sitting tall and attentive, your hands resting on your lap. And checking in to see what you've gained from this practice. Maybe your body feels more vibrant. Your mind is more clear. Things may seem a little brighter. Join your palms together to prayer position. Let's complete our practice today just with inner self-reflection. Something good that has happened for you as of late. Light to me.
honors and bows, the beautiful light.